That was the moment. Did you see it?
We're so excited, aren't we? Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of this kitchen saga. Today I'm gonna grout, and I'm really excited because I'm almost done. That's our washing machine. There's always something to do here. Always something to work on, always something to improve, so hang on. Okay. I read the directions on the container. This is the kind of grout I got. I got Fusion Pro single component grout. And I got this one because when I was at the store, I was told by one of the people at Home Depot that if I get this, I don't have to seal my grout. And this is a one and done. It's no maintenance. And so it's a little bit more expensive, but to me that is totally worth it because I'm not into maintenance. I'm into set it and forget it, especially for rental property. So I'm going to use this. I ended up going with Bone is the color. It's not super white and it's not super gray. It's kind of in the middle. It's sort of a taupey color. In fact, I'll open it and show you. It's kind of a taupey tone. So I like that a lot. I think it's gorgeous, and I think it's going to hide mistakes well, but still kind of showcase my tile and give that pattern a little pop. So I am happy with this color. And yeah, you just apply it. You use your float, which looks like this. You use your float to scrape it on and kind of even it out, and then you use a very wet sponge to wipe off the excess. You want to wipe as you go, and this is going to be fun. So let's watch this thing happen. Okay guys, so I am like a quarter, maybe a little less, I'm being generous with myself, than a quarter of the way done. And I'll show you what I did so far. I've been having a little bit of trouble with this grout, like just trying to figure out how to get the consistency of it right and what it's supposed to feel like. I love the color of it. It's taupe. It's exactly what I said it was. It's a taupey color, which is nice because it gives those gray hues, but it also gives like balance to cooler hues. So I think it's going to be warm and cool. Really nice. But it takes forever. So here's what I got. Did that. And I did this. And now I've done this, and I think that far corner one I have to still do. I missed it. But now I can push in the stove. So being able to push in the stove is a huge deal because this thing has been in the middle of my kitchen for like 3 or 4 days now. So I'm happy, even though this process, sorry I'm noticing a little blemish, has been hard. Alright, so I just moved the stove in place. We haven't even cleaned up lunch. I just want to get this done. And I've done up to there, but I just really wanted to finish back there so that I can move the stove. And I think that this looks so clean and so pretty. So I'm really excited. And it's going faster. I think I just had to get my groove and figure out what I was about here. So I'm excited. All right, guys, this is the last stretch. Oh, hang on. This is the last stretch. I'm all the way up to here now, right here. And so now I'm going into the alcove and around. It's going so much faster now that I have the consistency together. So I'm gonna let you watch this. It's night and I'm still not done, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I took a break, honestly. Evan's off today and I just didn't want to waste that time, and so I took a break. I went and I took care of some work, and then I came back home after going to the grocery store, put everything away, and now I'm back at it. And it's like, what is it, 7 o'clock? I think it's 7. So I'm gonna finish. I'm to here now. So above the sink, not too bad. It's just slow going. We're excited, aren't we, Samson? Yeah, we're excited. Tell them how happy we are. We're so excited, aren't we? Yeah, because we only have this much left. This is it. This is it. This is all. I can't even believe I can say that right now. I'm doing the last bit. Okay. So I've had to mix up, I keep thinking to say mortar, I don't know why. I'm having to mix up the grout, and actually I'm going to mix the thin grout that I just had back into this thicker grout. I've had to add a little bit of water to some of it because it just gets so thick, or it comes, I feel like, just a little bit too thick. And I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube, yay. And it looks like the thickness of what most people are working with is just a little bit thinner than what I have, and so I just keep thinning it out a little as I go. Sometimes I do a little too much thinning. I ended up having to buy 3 of these. Might as well have gotten the big one. I was trying to follow the counsel of my dear friends at Home Depot, but I think I may have not wasted, but I think I use a little bit more than the average person. This time I'm starting kind of at the top and just working it in, working it in. And yes, it has gone everywhere. We're not going to own a single cute beach towel by the time this is over. That's for sure. You know, and a lot of the tutorials I looked at and the books I read talked about picking out your tarps and laying out your tarps. And when I saw that, I just ignored it. I was like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. But I've had to use, because I didn't take the time to find my good tarps, a bunch of things that I actually kind of care about. So hopefully this stuff will come out in the wash, and I'll wash it all like pronto. If it doesn't, where do you get your beach towels? The hardest creases to get into have been the bottom ones, the short bottom ones. Pretty much all of them on this side I've had to do with my finger. This is the first time I'm trying doing it with the trowel. They're just really tricky. And like this big float is just so large that it doesn't really get in there. Doesn't get in there the way I hoped it would. At least not that close to the countertop. So one thing I really love about the fact that these counters are so much lower than the other ones is just the fact that it feels more spacious. Like I get more backsplash space and more space for my eye. And even though it's probably only about 4 or 5 inches, I feel like it makes a difference. It doesn't feel as crowded under this countertop as it did before. So that was a blessing in disguise. We're so close. And at this point, I'm not even like being super frugal with it. I put in so much more than I put on before. Just because I know I can't return this little thing. And I do have a couple of patching places that I've got to go back and hit where after the grout dried, you know, a bubble would pop, and so I don't want there to be any holes in this. So I will go back and kind of touch those up. They said to use gloves. Honestly, the gloves I was using were making my hands smell weird, and I feel better when I can just touch it and tell what I'm doing. I felt unsure of myself with the gloves, so I just took them out. That was the moment. Did you see it? That's all of it's in. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. So now, scrape this off. Okay guys, so I'm finally done. I think it took me twice as long as I expected to grout this. It was kind of tedious, but I'm happy with how it turned out, even though I don't look very happy at all right now. And yeah, it kind of is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to continue to show you this process. I've got to paint the countertops and all that kind of thing, so you'll get to see that too.